Surrender position, and go. So you were at 3. Last Minute Man, and we are here today back on the range. I'm with my good buddy, Mr. Obvious. And what are we doing today, Mr. Obvious?
Oh boy, we got a good one here. We got some Mossberg shotguns. We got what, a 590 and 2 Maverick 88s.
Do tell.
Yeah, do tell. So, you know, we got one with a pistol grip. We're going to do. I've got a little challenge today. I'm going to throw on Last Minute Man, and it's nothing, you know, that I would say wind's blowing. It's nothing. We're going to do a little speed comparison without and with, and just, I mean, it's a preference thing.
Yeah, well, we're going to kind of go over, you know, people like to doll up their shotguns, and they like to do different things with them. And Mr. Obvious and I kind of got into a little debate. I don't think it was really a debate. Mm-hmm. It was just, you know, what's the purpose behind some of these? You know, yeah. What's the purpose behind having a pistol grip? Is there a benefit to having the pistol grip? Or is just your standard factory stock the more ideal stock to have? But to each their own. Of course, this here is a 590. We've also got a 500, but I figured the 590 pretty much covered the niche for the 500 series. But stick with us, and we're going to go over this a little bit, and we're going to have some fun. All right, so here's the challenge. We've got the 3 different shotguns here. They are all Mossberg. Now, with Mossberg, the pump release is in the same position. However, on these Maverick 88s, the safety is in a different position. I'm really a 870 guy. That's what I grew up on when I was a kid. We always had a Remington 870, and that's what I learned how to shoot with as far as the shotgun's concerned. So you would think there's a little bit of familiarity to me with this kind of safety system. But actually, the crossbolt safety that's on the Remington is in the back. Your pump release is actually in the front. So it's pros and cons to each, whatever, but to each their own. But we're going to start out here with just a factory Maverick 88. I'm going to set this down. I'm going to start in the surrender position. Mr. Obvious is going to tell me when to go. I'm going to grab the shotgun. I'm going to pump it, take the safety off, and fire a shot on the 50-yard target with bird shot. Let's see if it even impacts. But to kind of dispelling 2 things here, killing 2 stones with 1 bird, so to speak. So we'll see if this will actually be effective out to 50 yards with bird shot. Yeah. So, all right.
So
Mr. Obvious,
we are going to use.
I got my ears in. You got your ears in.
Yep. And we're going to put you on a stopwatch.
Oh.
What do you think?
Snap.
So I've got my stopwatch. I don't know.
No pressure or anything. All right.
No pressure. So we're going to see what the speed is per gun, and see if the pistol grip stock there has any effect to the speed.
Well, we'll see. And this is very subjective. You know, this is just me. I don't know what you do at home, how you train, but this is just with me, how it affects me when I shoot. So, are we ready?
Okay. All right. I'll tell you when.
All right.
All right. I'll hit start when I tell you.
Okay.
Ready? Start. Okay, we got 5.69 seconds.
Slow, smooth as fast. Yep. All right.
All right.
So I'm going to set this one out of the way. Our next one,
we'll reset that
shot as well. This is the Mossberg 590, and this is my shotgun. All right. So surrender position.
Surrender position. Start. Okay, about 3.98 seconds.
All right. And now the final. And this one I've never picked up and fired at all. So
yeah, so.
All right, here we go.
Okay, ready? Start. .19.
All right, folks, we apologize for the wind, but I cannot control the weather. And at 50 yards there, we were hitting the target, but it didn't have much on it, right? So, I mean, it is bird shot, 7.5 bird shot, but in the interest of fairness, we're going to have Mr. Obvious do the same thing, and I will be timing him and we'll see how he fares. So, are you ready, Mr. Obvious?
I still remember my squirrel hunting days. I ought to be pretty fair at it.
Yeah, let's start out and surrender position and go. You were at 5.2. Okay.
What slowed me up was I was looking for the safety on top.
I know. All right.
Yeah.
Ready for the second one?
Ready for the second.
Surrender position and go. So you were at 3.2, roughly. How slow my hand hits. All right. So let's start with the last one there. Surrender position. And go. 6.6. So definitely there is a difference.
There's a difference. That stock is in your way.
Yep. And we're back with our after action report. And what do we have to report today, Mr. Obvious?
Oh man, we got some speeds here that we took on the guns and the type of stocks where the safeties are, where the release is for the action and pistol grip.
And remember, a lot of this is subjective, folks. I mean, I'm not out here practicing every day with a shotgun. I should probably practice more because this is my go-to home defense weapon. But I was a lot faster with the shotgun that I use in particular. But our whole point to this exercise was kind of like Mr. Obvious was saying, do these stocks aftermarket or factory benefit you or hinder you? And we had ourselves a little debate. I think we both agreed, but we kind of proved what we already thought to ourselves. But again, this is subjective. So what were our times here?
All right. Here we had a time
on the Maverick 88.
88. Yep, that was the first thing started, 5.56. And I had a 5.22 was it? Yep.
Yep.
So,
and that was with the original factory Maverick 88. Now the safety, I've never practiced with the Maverick 88. So this is something you could get around this. I did fumble a little bit with the safety, but I took my time with it. Remember, people, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. I would much rather be a fraction slower than fumble and drop my firearm when you need it most, especially when adrenaline's kicking.
Yeah. So
that muscle memory is important, but be methodical when you do things. But yeah, just getting to that safety felt a little awkward to me.
Yeah.
You know, with the Remington, it's in the back here, and with the typical Mossberg, like a 500 or that 590, it's on the tank.
Yeah.
So, which I do actually really like.
I really like that.
And
that's the way to go.
And I think that showed with our next shot for both of us.
So on the next shot with a 590, you had 3.98, and I had 3.20. So you know, again,
we were both a lot quicker. Now this does have a Magpul stock on it, and be honest with you, I put that on there just because it had kind of a cool factor to me.
the gun is heavier.
It is heavier.
But the weight factor didn't slow us down.
Yeah, this is an A1. It's a 590 A1, so it's got the thicker walled barrel.
Yeah.
And but that Magpul stock, I just liked. I thought it was cool. It didn't hinder me. Actually, kind of. I think the safety is what helped us both more than anything.
The safety being there and being able to get right to the action release, it just boom right there.
Yeah, it's just your hands right there where that action release is, and you know, flick that with your thumb, rack it, safety's off in the same motion almost. So
yeah,
it was pretty cool.
So now the one with the I guess they are Type 15 stock. I mean, it is a collapsible stock, and we set it, so we kind of set it to adjustment to the equal to the other stock.
And I would say any pistol grip will give you this kind of function.
Yeah, so it's got the pistol grip on it. So your time was 7.19. My time was 6.60.
And we had a friend of ours shoot off camera, and he's never shot any of these. And what was his time?
Well, he started out, I think, with your gun.
No, he started with this.
Did he start with that one? Okay, it was 9.40.
Then
Your gun, 5.65, which he was faster with it also.
Yeah.
The safety's got a lot to do with it,
I
the
think so.
position of it. Then this stock he's never had any practice with.
never shot one
Just
before.
picked it up, never shot one before. Is 18.52.
And
So
that kind of, and like he said off camera, he said, well, you know, last minute man, he said, I don't practice with that, you know, and I'm sure if I practice with it, I could get faster. And I agree. Anybody could. I mean, that's something, but see, that to me seems like an obstacle that I have to overcome now. It's not natural. It feels awkward. And now you've got to train your way out of an obstacle. If I'm going to pick a firearm to use, my personal preference, what works for me, I don't want something I'm already starting out with a handicap.
yeah, well, probably.
And to me, it is a handicap.
Yeah, everybody likes this tactical look and
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, when it slows you down that slow,
It
in
slows
an
all down.
Emergency situation, you got to grab your gun and fire it. Then you're like over here. You can't get around there to get to this mag release to push that button in.
Now,
to get
and
it
I mean,
down.
even with your thumb, and let's show the folks back home, even with my thumb, if I'm
Yeah.
holding, it's all the way up here. I've got to come out of here.
Yeah,
Now I can work the action. Now, somebody out there is going to say, well, last minute man, Mr. Obvious.
you're crazy.
Isn't it obvious you could just pull the trigger, then work the action? Yeah, you could do that, but what if it's chambered?
Yeah.
You know, what if you have a round in the chamber? Now, you know, I hope your dog's not in the way or something. But these are all things, again, training. You can get around all this. But for me, why start with a handicap? I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Somebody out there, I'm sure you love your pistol grip, and, you know,
More power to you.
and that's great. We're telling you what works for us. And
Yeah.
I don't see this as anything but just, wow, doesn't it look cool? And I don't personally even think it looks cool. I mean, I don't like it at all. But it takes different strokes, man. And that's all right. You know, people have different tastes. And, you know, to me, a pistol grip makes more sense on a Remington because, again, your pump release is up here and your safety is back here. So pistol grip kind of makes more sense on an 870, although I don't even like them on those.
Yeah.
You know, and I've had, actually, I had a Maverick 88 many years ago. I put a pistol grip on it and quickly realized I did not like a pistol grip. But
like
again, it's to each their own, you know.
Yeah.
And so, you know,
It's in my way.
this does give you a more compact profile, you know.
Yeah.
But that's another reason why you can see here I went to this Magpul stock. It does the same thing. And but anyway, since I went to this Magpul stock, I helped Mr. Obvious out.
Yeah.
And if you do like these, where can they pick this up?
They'll be able to get that stock when it comes off in probably a little while. This one's going to go back on in its place because this is, to me, dangerous. I won't have it. I won't have it on my gun. So
Yeah,
take that up to American Gun Pawn. If you want to buy it, it'll be up there for sale at the right price. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
It's coming off.
Yeah.
I ain't going to have something that's going to get me killed. So.
Well, and I mean, again, like our friend there said, if this was something you trained with,
You might be quicker at
you
it.
might be quick. I mean, you'll definitely be quicker than we were at it if you train with it. But again, I see it as a hindrance. I don't see it as something that's going to benefit you. But that, again, is just our opinion.
Yeah, and
So,
we didn't practice this.
No,
Grabbing these guns up
No.
and working them, shooting. That's actual time.
we just went and, you know,
done it.
I mean, it's good. And see, this is something else that we like to do. Always challenge yourself a little bit. Get out, do these things. Racing the clock is the closest you're going to get to inducing some kind of panic when you're working these. So you want to challenge yourself in that way, and that's going to make you better. It's going to make you better in that emergency situation. You're going to have muscle memory. Right here, we shot 50 yards with this, knowing, of course, that that's really out of the range for a 7.5 shot, but it did hit the target.
Yeah.
And it made a little buzz. You know, I'll put it this way. I wouldn't be happy if I was hit with that at 50 yards.
No, you'd be going to get some shot dug out.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't feel good, but yeah, I mean, this is definitely a close quarters defense weapon, and that, of course, you can change your loadout here, and you can have slugs in them. I think a shotgun's the most versatile weapon there is, and I love them. And again, that's my opinion. So, is there anything we need to add?
No, not a whole lot to add as I know of. I mean, other than, try this at home yourself. Get your stopwatch. Usually everybody's got one on their phone, and see how quick you are at it. And I mean,
you can also get a shot timer. You can download that as an app on your phone. So when you hear the beep, you can pick it up, and then when you fire, of course, it stops.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably practice this and probably got it down to 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, but I honestly think no matter what,
we wasn't going to do that. We wanted to show you just the way it fell out with no practice.
And no matter what, I promise you, I'm going to be faster with this. I mean, it's just, I think the controls are in the right place. This I could get a lot better at. This obviously I could get a lot better at, but I kind of don't even want to.
This gun being where the safety's at on top, you can get real good at.
Oh yeah, that
no
helps.
Doubt.
Helps a ton. But anyway, so folks, definitely try this at home in a safe place on a range, and practice with your firearms, folks. And I hope you all enjoyed this. We enjoyed doing it. So comment below. Let us know what your favorite shotgun loadout is. Tell us what works for you. This has been Last Minute Man with Mr. Obvious, reminding you, keep your knives sharp, keep your powder dry.
Hit that subscribe button, the Last Minute Man.